Since when did the standard that we hold ourselves to change from being Jesus to becoming some other human being? And this is where so many of us get tripped up. It's this rate and rank of sin, and yet that's maybe true in society because you see different consequences based on severity of sin in culture and in society. And that's true. That's earthly consequence for sin. And what happens is you begin to compare yourself and your shortcomings and your sins with someone else's. Well, at least I'm not that bad, right? At least I'm not like them. But in the kingdom of heaven, it doesn't matter like how egregious, doesn't matter how illicit. Everything, doesn't matter how small, separates you from God. The ones who see their sin through a distorted lens will always struggle to see how much they've been forgiven. So many of us live in a system that requires people to either pay or repay to come to a place of like restitution or come to a place of resolving things that if someone does something to me, a lot of us live in this kind of system that in order for things to be made right, they have to pay for what they've done to me. And so what you find is you find yourself like building this prison for someone else. And before you blink, it's actually become your home. They've put yourself in prison. You've put yourself at the mercy of someone else's behavior, someone else's choice, someone else's willingness to come and make things right. The one who is owed a debt always has the authority to cancel the debt. Forgiveness has very little to do with someone else. If anything, forgiveness has everything to do with me. It's everything to do with us because it's a choice. Are we able to see people through his eyes and not through our own? Can we have spiritual eyes? The measure of love that I can release will always be tied to the measure of forgiveness I have received. It's perspective. If I don't think I've needed a lot of forgiveness, or if I don't think I've maybe received a lot of forgiveness, then that's the type of love I'm going to release. But when I understand that every single person that has ever lived and ever will live has fallen short of the glory of God, I understand that even if my debt was 50, that there's nothing I could do to ever repay that back. And so as I become so aware of what he has forgiven in me, and I understand that it has, what was in me that has needed forgiveness eternally separated me from him until his sacrifice on the cross. And my willingness to put my faith in him, as I comprehend that, as I get that, it allows me to see people differently. It allows me to judge less. It allows me to have proper perspective. And maybe I can start to see people around me like God sees them. And maybe I can even begin to see myself the way God sees me.